I think we have to remember that even though I'm president of an anti-vivisection society, my training is as a psychologist. I spent 20, 30 years, 35 years working with human beings. So I don't look at it from the perspective of a species. I look at it from the perspective of what do I want to see happen for Homo sapiens? And what I want to see is the continual evolution toward a more compassionate sensibility. Once you do that, you get that compassion is not something you can compartmentalize. You just can't do it. That's not compassion. That's something else. That's an emotional sensitivity in the moment. That's a narcissistic projection that this being right here is worthy of my care. But true compassion is something that has no boundaries on it. And whether it's a child or a bug, you know, why do you go out of your way to step on something on a sidewalk if it's not threatening you? But many people do. They'll like step on it, and I think, why? I mean, nature had a plan that was much grander and a lot more sophisticated than ours, but we take it upon ourselves to execute our value system. So for me, the question has to be reframed. It's not which species are worthy of consideration, but what do we need to do to help change or remind human beings that as beings capable of compassion, our ethic needs to be extended and broadened. When people see photographs, now most people don't give a rat's care about rats, but when they see the kind of horrific research that rats are subjected to, little laboratory rats, you see a compassionate reaction. And they're not going to go to bat for rats in labs. They're just not going to do it right now. But you see that compassion, and that's what excites me and drives me and motivates me, is when I see somebody getting it, that kindness is kindness and compassion is compassion. And it doesn't matter whether it's a rat or a mouse or a bug or a chimpanzee or my neighbor's little girl. If I'm a compassionate human being, I have a certain integrity in that approach to life. And then we'll get it toward nature. We'll get it toward trees and forests and it's like the saving hope. So who's deserving of it? Who's able to develop that as a way of being in the world that then doesn't have to make that kind of discriminatory choices? It doesn't become you or me or it or that. It becomes a sort of embracing compassion. And I think that's a better question.